But the big story that's coming in from America. America now in the final leg of electing its 45th president. Close race between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Results and leads from many states in. Hillary Clinton, after taking an early lead this morning, found herself trailing as Donald Trump pulled away by winning the key battleground states. Although Hillary won California, she's lost Ohio and Florida, the two states, must-win states in a way for the Trump campaign. Donald Trump now virtually 2 states away from becoming the next president of the United States. He swept the Midwest, he swept the South in America. Okay, Smita Sharma is live in New York at the moment. Smita, in the studio, there's a sense that this is going to the wire, but with 244 playing 209, Donald Trump just a state or 2 away now from winning this election. He wins Michigan and he's more or less home.
You know, Rajdeep, I should say that there's almost been a stunned silence in Times Square here in New York, barring the point when we saw California being called in for Hillary, when there was a sudden applause amongst people sitting here. But mostly there have been very surprises and, shocking expressions across people's faces. And it looks like, for Donald Trump, it's not that difficult, the road to victory. Hillary, of course, who has been described as a fighter, she would need something like a miracle for this to work out. But let me just get in a quick reaction. There are different people from different countries who have been watching this election very closely, and these are young students. In fact, these are French students who have been studying in American university. You come from a country where there's so much talks about liberty, equality, fraternity, and you're watching the American elections. What was your opinion of the election so far, and how do you see what's coming up in terms of the results?
Okay, we are for Hillary because, Trump in France, Trump hates French people, he says that. So for us, it's very important to Hillary, our president, is president of this election. And for the economy of France and all that, it's very important for us to Hillary is president.
Okay, but that doesn't look like the case. It looks very tough. You think Donald Trump as president, it will be very difficult relations between countries?
Yes, we think the relationship will be so hard, and it impacts the economy. So we are really worried about it.
As a student in an American college, what was the discourse like during the campaign? Did you see student groups very divided, very angry at each other?
Not in September, but since all the months of October and in November, yes, many people debate and speak about this. Teacher also, and yes.
All people in subway or in street said opinion, and for us, it's open-minded, and we.
Okay, there's a sense of shock and almost disbelief there in America, as you're seeing. Meanwhile, Trump supporters have begun to crowd outside his campaign headquarters already. Nishant Chaturvedi is there. A sense of celebration now almost breaking out there at the Trump headquarters.
So this is the ballroom where Donald Trump is supposed to give his victory speech. It will be interesting to see if that turns out to be a victory speech or just a Thanksgiving speech, because primarily the way results are coming out right now, it's still neck to neck. We have the media enclosure here. Everybody is trying to keep track of every development. And on that side, we have the VIP enclosures. People have started coming in. Donald Trump is supposed to come here, say about an hour after the results are declared, which is, as per the American time, it's going to be about 10:30 or 11 p.m. By 9 p.m., the polling will close in all the states of America. And approximately by 10 p.m., the results or a basic picture is going to be clear.
Okay, we're just waiting. We should be about 15 to 20 minutes. Casey is going through all the numbers. Casey, at the moment, the numbers we are giving 244 to 209. If you look at the states remaining, basically he needs to win one big state and one small state. He's virtually through. He wins Michigan, and he wins one, and Virginia. No, Virginia is gone. Pennsylvania and Michigan, he wins. He's gone. Manoj, barring a remarkable last-minute surprise of Hillary suddenly sweeping these states, it's a done deal.
I think RCP is showing 255 to 209.
No, but Pennsylvania, she's leading.
That's real clear politics.
No, but she's leading in Pennsylvania.
She's leading in Pennsylvania, but in
But
every
Michigan
other
is
state at the moment, it appears that this is now Trump's election to lose.
Because she's 209. So she can win Pennsylvania, it still doesn't bring her.
That's right. She's 209, 232, place 209 in CNN. As far as we are giving 244 plus place 209, which is what we are going with, realclearpolitics.com. Professor, any chance at all now of Hillary? Should we now virtually be calling this election? In India, we call elections early. In America, it goes down sometimes to the wire. But the gap is clear. And I think the mood shift clearly indicates that I think it's a done deal.
Absolutely, but I think if she can cause an upset in Arizona, which is
Arizona still left?
Yeah,
yes,
it's
Arizona,
Nevada.
and so there is Hillary does have a pathway.
Her
but
pathway is to win virtually every state
Nevada,
that remains.
Arizona.
Absolutely, absolutely.
She's got to also win Wisconsin, which is again a state which at the moment
Wisconsin
Trump
she's
is
lost.
ahead.
No,
Wisconsin
Fox News are calling Wisconsin.
Okay, Fox is calling Wisconsin at the moment. So clearly at the moment it appears it is advantage Donald Trump. This is a remarkable turnaround. What is it about the election? You've been very frank in saying there is an element of bigotry here.
Of course.
Donald Trump sold the idea of an anti-immigrant vote. He also, his slogan, Make America Great Again, he's winning in every state where unemployment, job losses have been a big issue.
So he's for the old economy. He's for deglobalization. He's for de-industrialization. He said de-industrialization in America because Chinese have taken the job, Indians have taken the job. So he's got many bugbears.
Is that one of the reasons why the markets have reacted adversely initially?
Of course.
The fear that you will have a president in America who may
Wars go
cancel,
up.
he may cancel many treaties. He's already committed to cancelling NAFTA.
NAFTA he's against. Trans-Pacific he'll not go in for. What kind of an arrangement he has with Europe, you don't know.
Right.
And then, of course, there are the strategic deals like NATO, whether he backs it or not, tension in South China Sea.
Is
East
that the
China
reason,
Sea.
the unpredictability of Trump?
Yeah.
I think the unpredictability of Trump, but the point is that he was able to capture, he has captured the angst, if I may put it that way, of white America. And having captured that, he overcame the Republican establishment. He hammered them first. Don't forget that, meaning the Republican establishment are also tough characters. So he has captured that angst, and as you can see, that is having its impact. And now the question is, how is it going to impact in the world? And you asked that question yesterday, how is it going to impact India? And the thing to me is, if he's going to be close to Russia, it's good for us because it pulls away Russia from China. Okay, so that's the half which is good for us. On the other hand, if he's going to talk about immigration, trade, etc., we could have difficulties out there.
Okay. Yes, Professor.
Absolutely. There are 3 points that I wanted to make. One is it appears the working class has struck back, of the working class of the old economy, as rightly pointed out. The second thing when we talk about Trump is with regarding to the traditional assessment has been as to how much money Secretary Clinton has raised, which is close to 1.5 billion against close to 800 million by Trump. And the thing that I think struck here is he's got so much free publicity, and what we generally talk about as name recognition, that he has been able to really
market himself.
Absolutely. And the third part is in a very unusual way, we are finding Trump an outsider in the Republican Party coming to becoming a candidate.
What is true
and
though?
Hillary being a absolutely establishment candidate.
What is true though, over the years, barring George Bush Sr., most outsiders in a way to Washington have been winning US elections.
Absolutely.
And I date this back to Jimmy Carter.
Yes.
Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton also at that stage was an outsider.
Yes.
Bush Jr. was an outsider, was a governor in Texas.
Yes.
And Obama was an outsider.
Yeah.
So there is this anger against the system.
No, but that's in every country.
But that's a
Every
symbol of
democracy.
change. There is this. A friend of mine has just said this is a vote for change.
Yes.
I mean, many are believing that this is a vote that America wants change. We don't want the same, more of the same.
How different can anybody be from Manmohan Singh other than Mr. Narendra Modi?
So you've got to vote for change here as well.
Not just change. You're actually looking for the opposite. You're looking for exactly completely different from the first.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yes,
the point I'm making that he has turned Obama's message inside out.
Yes.
Obama came as a candidate of hope, a candidate of change. He said that I am an outsider, which he was. Now here you have a Republican who says I'm for change and I'm for
regression.
I'm the hope for the country.
His is regression.
Okay, it's clear that this is an election which has taken the world by surprise, some by shock, which might reflect the kind of overreaction that we are seeing in some markets. that might settle down. But clearly it appears as of now, barring something unexpected in the next 20 minutes or so, Donald Trump is on his way to becoming the next president. The key now lies with Michigan because the gap there is small, and the key also
Arizona,
could possibly lie in Arizona and Nevada. Hillary Clinton needs to win all these states now to have any chance of reaching 270. She clearly is at the moment needing a miracle. The world has changed dramatically in the last 24 hours. India has changed last night and the world has changed. I don't know if Surjit Bala, Amy Kasman are still with us. We hope to be joined by them a little later to look at the financial implications of what has happened in the United States. As I said, we are expecting some kind of announcement from the Trump camp. I think they're waiting for one more state, possibly Michigan, to be declared before they're ready to call a victory for Donald Trump. It's a day like never before in the United States. It's a day like never before in India, because your 500 and 1,000 rupee notes are useless. And that's creating panic here, even as America has shockwaves.